got this? You're on? Can you hear me? Everybody hear me in the back? I get kind of loud, so if I get too loud back there, sorry. I don't know how much you know about Colorado and the technology community, but we are absolutely leading the nation. So let me give you a little bit of feedback so you understand what I mean by that. The top 20 cities in the United States, from an innovation standpoint and a technology standpoint, whether it be startup or companies evolving from an innovative standpoint. The top 20 cities, 5 of them are right here in Colorado. Denver's one of them. Denver's leading it from that perspective. This is the #1 state in the entire country for attracting talent. Something on the order of 15,000 to 20,000 people, talented young people are coming here every month. Every month they're coming here. The #1 state in the country. And guess what city they're coming to? And if anybody says Boulder, I'm going to throw a t-shirt at you. They're coming to Denver. They are coming here to this city. We just did something that has not been done anywhere else in this country. Nowhere else. What's that?
Legalized pot?
Yes. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, right there.
I can't ever speak anywhere without somebody bringing up pot. Right. We just did something amazing in this city. We just did something amazing 2 days ago. Does anybody know what that was? We opened up the Commons. There is no other facility in the entire country like the Commons. It was a partnership between the Downtown Denver Partnership, the Colorado Technology Association, and you, the city and county of Denver. It's a building right over there off 14th and Champa. It was a building that was kind of falling apart, kind of dilapidated. Did I say that word right? Yeah. Okay, good. That's my night school education coming out. It's never been done anywhere in the country. Comcast put something on the order of $1 million of connectivity into that building to have the most advanced technological capabilities from a connectivity standpoint that exist anywhere in the country. It's right down the street. How many of you heard about the Commons? Well, you should all raise your hands because I just told you about it. Okay? The Commons is an amazing place, and the Technology Association right now is the leading organization in the country for connecting organizations both from a city perspective, a civic perspective, and a business perspective. If you haven't gotten connected to the Colorado Technology Association, you should, okay? Because your leader, your guy right here, Frank Dodone, is a part of it. He's on our board. We have 45 of the most influential and talented and innovative leaders in the entire country. Okay, and the only reason why they asked me to be on this board was because I was originally able to write a check. And now I'm thinking 9 years ago when I got invited to come onto this board, if I got invited to come onto this board today, I probably wouldn't have made it. Okay, because of the talent that is there right now, the talent and the people that are running the technology community in Colorado. And you guys are all part of that. I mean, your boss right here is part of that. And Michael, your mayor, comes and speaks at all of our events. And it's an amazing evolution, revolution, whatever you want to call it, that's happening. It's really, truly a renaissance of what's happening here in this city and what's happening here in the state. It's amazing. Okay, and I know it's amazing because I've seen it from the ground up. I was involved with the Colorado Technology Association when we first started having our meetings, and we would get 10, 12, 14, 15, 20 people to show up. We had 1,400 executives at our last meeting at Sports Authority Field for Sea Level at Mile High. 1,400 executives. One meeting, one night, 4 hours to get together and network about innovation in the state of Colorado. We have the Colorado Innovation Network happening right here every year, right here in Denver, right here in our city. Our last 3 speakers were Muhtar Kent, right? Does anybody know who Muhtar Kent is? He's the chairman of the board of Coca-Cola. He went to Davos, which is where all those big, rich, intelligent thought leaders and thinkers go to every year to talk about what's happening in the world from innovation. Muhtar Kent went there and said, you know, you should look at what's happening in Denver. You should see what's happening in Denver from a technological renaissance standpoint. The community that's coming together, the connectivity that's happening here in our city. And really, quite frankly, you guys are leading the charge in some of it. You guys are absolutely leading the charge in some of it, because working for the city and county of Denver isn't something that you have to do anymore. It's actually becoming something that you want to do. It's something that you aspire to do. And it wasn't always that way. And I can say it from experience. Because before I launched all my companies, and before I did all these great things, I was a cop in Aurora. And that may shock some of you. But I was a cop for 15 years in Aurora. And I sat down one day and I said, you know what? Well, Frank and I had this conversation. After about 3 or 4 shootings, being blown up in a building and supposedly winning a bunch of medals, I thought I was smart enough to figure out how to do something else for $47,000 a year, right? Because working for the city just wasn't fun anymore. And when I see what's happening in this city, when I see what's going on in this city, I get inspired. I get excited, and I tell Frank, hey, how can I come over and help? How can I get involved with what I see going on in this city? And the same thing's happening in Aurora now. You know, I argue back and forth with Michael about which is the best city. But really, what's happening here in Denver is amazing, and it's exciting. Okay? I'll tell you a little sidebar. My son wants to become a police officer, and he's on the list for Denver. And I said, why did you go to work? Why did you test for Denver? He goes, because I wanted to work for a real city, Dad. Ouch. Killing me. Ouch. Killing me. But you got to be proud. I mean, you really have to be proud, because you are really at the epicenter of a state that is transforming how technology enables people to do things. It's not just how they do business. It's how they connect, how they communicate, how they lead, how they inspire, how they drive change, how they drive innovation, how they change the way everything is viewed, accessed, accepted, discussed, everything. I mean, some of the stuff that you've done, I mean, I have a list of it. I think it's in my back pocket right here. I'm looking at this stuff, and Frank says, these are all the great things that we've done. I'm hearing it. And the only thing I want to repeat, bottom line, they work hard. They work hard, and I'm throwing a lot at them, and they're delivering. That's what your boss thinks of you. And that's amazing, because you know what? That's what the rest of the world thinks of you now in the city and county of Denver and the state of Colorado, that you're delivering. And you're delivering in a way that no one ever thought you could. And the amazing thing about leadership, and I'll talk a little bit about leadership, specifically your leader. The amazing thing about leadership is when he inspires you or she inspires you, you're willing to perspire for that person, for that cause, for that mission, for that activity, for that thing. And that's what I'm saying. And what he's saying here is you guys are delivering. That means that you are perspiring to get the things done that you were asked to do and inspired to do. And you should feel pretty proud about that. You should give yourselves a round of applause right now for that. I am a little partial to the high-speed access in the police cars, though. The wireless in the police cars. I'm cool about that, right? As police officers, we needed information, and we needed it now. We needed it yesterday, usually. And if my son comes here to work, I want to make sure that he's taken care of. And when I look at the things that you guys are doing, I know he's taken care of. I know he's going to get everything he needs. He's going to have access to everything he needs to be a good police officer and serve this community and be a good, functioning member of this team because of the work that you guys are doing. So don't shortchange yourself and get involved. Connect with the community. Take a look at what's going on and how you compare, right? Because when you build a team here, you build a great team here and you do great things, what you have to do is you have to share. You have to go out and you have to connect. And you have to be a part of not only sharing those ideas with the rest of the communities around here, with all the other people, businesses, civic entities, other city and county governments, but that will give you an opportunity to continue to learn and advance and grow and move forward. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was literally an uneducated police officer, meaning that I didn't have a college degree. The first guy that hired me out of law enforcement said I could spot you the eye and you still didn't know what IT stood for. That's the truth. I didn't know. And I was founding a software company, and I didn't know what IT stood for, right? I just knew I had an idea. I knew there was something that I wanted to do, and I kind of knew what I needed it to look like, but I didn't know how to do it. And I found some help. And what I want to say to you is you're doing great things, but keep looking for help. Keep looking for talented people. Keep looking for ways to learn and grow and expand your capabilities. Keep looking for those opportunities to expand the capabilities of those people that work for you. How many people have been here since day one, since the 10 years ago? Okay, great. About 10% of the room. How many people have been here less than a year? Good. Okay, and what you need to do is keep learning, keep inspiring, keep attracting that talent that's moving here every day to be part of what you're doing. Okay, because working for the city government isn't what it used to be. And it isn't what it used to be, quite frankly, because of people like Michael Hancock. It isn't what it used to be, quite frankly, because of the leadership of guys like Frank Didone. Okay, and I've known Frank for a long time. Mayor came to me and I said, I got a choice to make. Here's the candidates. I said, well, if you want government as usual, hire that person. If you actually want to get shit done, am I allowed to say that?
You can say that. It's true.
I'm on TV. Right. You know, it's what used to get me in trouble as a cop all the time. Yeah, I said one time I can't run for office because everything that comes into my heart and my head comes right out of my mouth. If you actually want to get shit done, Michael, then you need to hire Frank Didone. That's it. Next question. And he honestly looked at me and said, well, there is no next question. Thanks. Okay? And that's what you're seeing happen in this organization. And Frank didn't come here and make wholesale change. Frank came here and inspired, from what I can tell, a very talented room full of people who want to have their capabilities enabled, who want to be heard and listened to, who want to do great things and be innovative and creative and build. Okay? That's cool. I mean, it makes me want to move into the city. I mean, it really does. I don't know when my trash is getting picked up. and I'll tell you what, neither does my 17-year-old son who's supposed to take it out every time it's due. Okay? So I would love to get an alert so I can go wake him up. Right. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So the thing you have to remember is Denver's a very cool place to be. Colorado is a very cool place to be. Right now, at this time in the technology industry, in the technology community. It's a really cool place to be. And everybody has an opportunity to do something cool. Everybody has an opportunity to engage. Okay? I was a high school graduate. Okay? I have just spent the last several years running hundreds of million-dollar technology companies. I had no business doing that. But I got an opportunity to expand my capabilities. I got an opportunity to do something different because people believed in me. Okay? People believed in me because I was hardworking, because I wanted to learn, because I was willing to listen, and I was actually willing to get some shit done and to do some things. And if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to continue to do that, there is absolutely no limit to what this city can do. One of the blessings that I get to do every year with the mayor and with the governor and with 150 other top leaders is I get to travel to a different city every year called the Leadership Exchange. Has anybody ever heard of the Leadership Exchange? The Leadership Exchange is where you get this group of people, we go rain down on a city somewhere, and we meet the governor and the mayor and the leadership and the business community of that city. And it was interesting because the last city that we went to last September was Nashville, okay? And you think, Nashville, you think, oh my God, healthcare. Oh my God, they got to be doing the most creative things on the planet. And we went to a technology incubator there, the biggest, most successful technology incubator in the state of Tennessee. And there was a panel of people sitting up here, and we were all sitting in the audience so that they could teach us. And every one of them, to a person, had the same thing to say. We want to switch places with you. We want you to come up here and teach us, because what's happening in Denver, that noise that's coming out of the state of Colorado and coming out of the city of Denver is deafening, okay? And that's God honest truth. They wanted to hear what we had to say, and we were going there specifically to learn from them and hear about the great things that they were doing. The year before that, I went to Austin, right? Everybody knows Austin is the startup community of the world, supposedly. No, it's not. Colorado is now. Colorado is now. I think we're number one right now, number one from a startup industry, have passed Silicon Valley in the city and county of Denver. Okay? That's some big stuff. And when you go to a city like that, that's humbling, When you hear that, when you hear leaders in other communities wanting to hear what you've done, what you've been involved with, what you have seen, and how they can learn from you, that's important stuff. And every year we go to another city. And I said, we're going to have to pick a bigger city because we keep picking cities like ours, and they're 5, 7, 9 years behind where you are. Okay, I just heard the mayor say you're not there yet. Well, Richard Branch says if your dreams ain't big enough to scare you, then you got to get bigger dreams. It sounds like you guys had some pretty big dreams. And it sounds like you've achieved a tremendous amount towards those dreams. Yeah, and you never arrived. Well, none of us have ever arrived. We got to keep pushing the envelope. The good news is the rest of the country is watching. The rest of the company sees it. The rest of the company is telling us about it. Michael goes with us every year and hears that stuff. This year we're going to Chicago. I'm going to have a little bit more pep in my step. I'm going to feel a little bit more confident about who we are and what we're doing when I walk into those meetings with those leaders in Chicago. And you think, whoa, Chicago's a big city. They ain't got anything on Denver. They got nothing on Denver. And I've learned that, and I've seen that, and I've experienced that. And now we get to go brag about all the work that you're doing and everything great that's happening right now in Denver. And that's an amazing thing. So, I'm not sure that I can say much more than thank you. I'm not sure that I can do much more than to show great appreciation. I'm not sure that I could ask for much more than keep doing what you're doing, especially since my son may come to work here. So he's a meathead about this big, good looking, but kind of a meathead. Don't tell him I said that. But I just want to say, as a supposed leader in this community, as the chairman of the board of the Colorado Technology Association, I'm proud, I'm very proud to have an association with an organization like this through Frank's leadership on our board of directors. I'm proud to be able to say our city, this Colorado crown jewel is doing great things when I go around and brag to the rest of the world, the rest of the community. It's easy. Somebody said, well, how do you know what to say? It's really easy when you guys do such great things, right? It's not what do you say, it's when do you shut up and stop bragging about everything that's going on, right? That's easy. It's easy for guys like me. It's easy for guys like me, and it's easy for that team of people that go to those other cities. So, give yourselves another big round of applause. I'm done.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And just have you go out and be our personal billboard when you go to all the other cities.
I will wear this.
Thank
I
you
will
very
wear this
much.
in Chicago.
There you go.
I will.
Established in 2005.
I know. I got in trouble. Anybody know Kelly Bruff, the head of the chamber?
Yeah.
Right. She's the sweetest woman in the world. Right. And those chamber people are great. Does anybody know that we have the biggest chamber of commerce in the entire country?
You do now?
Let me ask you a question. How many people know that? Come on. We have the biggest chamber of commerce in the entire United States. Kelly always gets mad at me because, and today I wore colored jeans. I figured I could get away with it because they don't look like jeans because they're tan, right? They're actually jeans. Kelly gets mad at me because every time I go, I usually wear cowboy boots and jeans. I wear a jacket and a shirt, but I wear jeans everywhere, right? I don't shave. I wear jeans because I don't have to work for the city anymore, so I can get away with some of that. But from the looks of things around here, I could come to work for Denver and I could wear jeans.
That's right.
I could do those things.
That's standard dress here.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right
thank you
on.
very much.
Thank you, Steve.